Logan is returning to court to appeal his case. In proof that you can never keep a Logan down. Turning on the Eden Falls Christmas lights with special guests Maya Hirsch and Delilah Logan.
Absolutely. Let us delve once more, not quite for the last time, back into Eden Falls in Chapter 9. Foreshadow Certain Ends. Confronting Magnus Logan and his mercenaries at your cabin, Drake, you all watched as Mr. Jenkins fell to the floor, a bullet in his back. As Magnus similarly fell to the floor, a chunk of wood piercing his side. Grabbing Mr. Jenkins and his dog Linda, you all drove away in a commandeered van. First, to see to Darla's wounds, and then to visit the only person who might be able to help, Delilah Logan. And unfortunately, Mr. Jenkins did not survive the ride. But dropping Darla off at Eden Falls Hospital, Drake and Amelia, you drove to the Logan estate where you found an empty van with blood trailing up to the manor house. And inside, sat before a slowly glimmering fireplace, you saw both Delilah and a very wounded Magnus, telling you of the future he had seen, the blasted landscape of America, and a divided United States. He revealed his reasons for distributing the Neurocasters throughout the country. People would need a way to remember the old world once it was gone. And as Amelia, you wished death upon this man who had brought so much pain into your lives and the lives of so many others. He gave his final words, that the future would make monsters of us all. Meanwhile, as you were patched up, Darla, you were greeted by Sheriff Mitchell, who brought you in for questioning over Stuart Matson's murder, and admitting to this even in self-defense. The rest of you eventually caught wind of your friend's predicament. Darla had been arrested. And so Amelia arriving at the station to help, and Drake, you recovered Darla's bag and your sword from the wreckage of the cabin. With the assistance of Delilah and local lawyer Upson Sheely, Darla, you were relegated instead to house arrest at Artie's home until your trial. Fitted with an ankle bracelet, you were permitted to leave with your father and friends to go straight back to your new, not quite prison. But as you all drove, you decided to make a detour to the one missing puzzle piece in all of this. The loop. Arriving at the military base, after an initial attempt to sneak into the compound, you were met with Commander Decker. Persuading him of Amelia's visions of the future, a future in which Eden Falls itself would be destroyed, he allowed you to enter, and accompanied you to the facility's entrance as you descended down into the loop itself. And as the sound of the elevator tunnel around you whirs quietly, the sound of gears and pistons above you disappearing into the distance, you are stood in there for several minutes as you glide down Commander Decker standing impassively in front of all of you, and Delilah there also, looking between the three of you.
Right, so I guess we just try to find the thing that connects all of them, right?
Do you have any idea? Or is this all guessing?
Mostly guessing.
Yes. Okay, well, kind of yes, mostly, but not entirely, and that's the key part. We know there's something, so I imagine, I don't know, it's maybe further in? What's the highest security that they have here?
Charlie looks at
That
Commander
might be
Decker.
the best bet.
I don't know, maybe this guy?
Commander Decker looks at you and just... Security is all on the outside. But, and he looks quite pointedly at you, Darla. I imagine you are familiar with our innermost sanctum.
What do you mean? I've never been here before.
Sure you haven't, kid. And as he says this, the lift comes to a stop, and the elevator doors slide open. And you are met. Darla with a familiar sight, but for the rest of you, this is new. You see spotless white shadows stretching out, with long strips of glaring halogen bulbs humming overhead. And on the grey concrete floors beneath your feet, you see 3 directional stripes. One red, one yellow, and one green, all moving off in separate directions at different intervals. And you would know, Darla, that these lead off to different parts of the loop. Red to the R&D department, yellow to the central lab, and green to biological sciences. And Commander Decker looks at you all. Well, if you'll follow me, and begins to walk down the corridor.
Oh, yes, just don't walk too fast. And Amelia, very tired of walking, is going to kind of do like the run walk thing to try to keep up.
Is Linda with
You're-
us?
If you want her to be, absolutely.
I mean, is she allowed in this facility?
I mean, Commander Decker doesn't seem to have made any.
I don't want her in danger.
What's the word?
No,
Any fuss.
I told her to run back to my dad.
Okay,
She
sure
was
thing.
with you when you were trying to go down the ladder.
Okay. Yeah, so she's gone. To safety.
Okay.
Bye, Linda.
Keeping
Okay.
dad company.
So, as your footsteps echo out throughout the loop, and Amelia, your slowly quickening footsteps just echo out against the cold concrete floor. As you walk, can all of you make comprehend checks or investigate checks if you are being more active in your looking?
Ooh.
One success.
I'm being very specific. I'm trying to look for anything that seems to be moving. Not that it helps.
Something
Maybe-
that's moving.
Anything. Apparently, though, I'm so focused on looking at details that I'm missing the big things.
Do you want any blesses?
I have
Yeah.
some. Let's use some. How many do I
Only
need to
4
bump it
get
up to?
2.
Oh yeah, well, I'll use the 4.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. So one success for Drake and 1 for Amelia? 2 for Amelia.
2.
Okay, lovely. So, I would say as you're walking, Darla, your view is somewhat impaired by the fact that Commander Decker is keeping very close to you and his large frame is obscuring most of your vision. But, Drake, as you walk along, you get a very, very brief glimpse of the biological sciences door. All of the doors in this facility appear to be glass, with a little bit of sort of half and half, frosted and clear. So you're only able to get a very, very small glimpse. But you see a number of glass cages inside this room to your right. You can see plant life. You can see what look to be animals as well. Some of them indigenous to Eden Falls, but just before you pass by, you see laid out on a gurney the still very intact remains of the dinosaur that you encountered around a month ago. It is spread out upon the on an operation table, and you can see that its ribs have been peeled back as it is being essentially analyzed. It is clear that they have never seen anything quite of this magnitude before, but you hear a number of noises coming from inside this room. Sort of, you hear chirps of birds. You also hear what sounds almost like a small meowing sound as well. And you continue on, pressing forward. Amelia,
Yeah.
as this green line moves off towards biological sciences and you continue get down the corridor, now the yellow and the red in tandem with one another. Eventually, to your left, the red breaks off into another room, and once again you are met with a very similar frosted clear glass door. And inside, you see, honestly, it would be Artie's dream room. You see machines. You see mechanical items. You see objects of chrome and gears. You can see that there are a number of magnetrine-plated vehicles of various designs. You can see two identical, almost human-sized metal pods, almost like egg-like in shape, stood next to one another in a plethora of wires that are stretched between them on the floor. And you also see that off in one corner, there are the remains of the biplane that crashed in October, almost killing yourself and Nico. And you can see that this is being investigated as well. But I will say with 2 successes. You also see a number of machines that are robotic in nature. And you can see that one of these, roughly the shape of a man, stood up on 3 tall legs off to one side. And it is clearly still in the process of being developed, but you see this in amidst the mess of metal and machinery.
Oh, wait a minute. What is that project over there?
Commander Decker turns around and... Oh, well, that is taken from Robert Logan's research. When we arrested him back in March, he was trying to commandeer the black box for his own robotic projects. Seemed no sense to let all that research go to waste. Obviously not meant for military application. That was outlawed a long time ago, but still. Good research is good research.
Research on what exactly? Just the design of it? How it functions?
Well, mixed in with the black box technology, he was able to harness much more complicated systems than we've been able to manage. We've just been testing it, pushing it as and where we can, but anything more than that, young lady, is classified.
It's not sentient, is it?
No, it is designed for piloting, and he points towards the large man-sized portion. You pilot it from in there. We're thinking deep-sea diving, inhospitable environments, that sort of thing.
Does the structure of it feel familiar at all? Like, especially with, like, the build or shape of it?
I would say that, from your vision, this almost looks like a baby. of the one you saw. This looks like a first draft of something.
I thought you were saying it's a baby.
Yes,
It's
his
a little
reaction-
baby.
It looks like a
It's just a little baby.
a goo goo gaga.
The baby inside of the
Yes.
the baby pilots it.
Yes, yeah. This is like that little
Baby Gundam.
crib controller. Yeah. Mm,
But no, it looks like if what you saw in your vision,
mhm.
that huge towering monstrosity looming over Eden Falls, if that was a final draft, this
Mhm.
is a first sketch.
I know it's classified, but I don't think that's what you've ended with that, right? Like, that's you've done more with that, right? And she's going to take a couple of steps closer.
Okay, make a calculate check for me.
Oh, yeah.
Was the giant black machine thing from the New Year's visions, or was it from the 10 years in the future visions?
That was from the 10 years in the future visions.
So a bit further away. 0
Um,
successes.
Nothing that you can ascertain. It is a large metal shell and 3 very tall legs, probably around double Commander Decker's height, but nothing else you can really ascertain. It is still. And you can see a number of wires are plugged into it, and you can see a couple of joysticks off to one side, presumably for for operating remotely. But no, it is a large shell on 3 legs.
Amelia will look back at the other two. Right, so that's definitely not going to be something terrible one day.
Well, the intention is for it to do good, young lady. That is the point of our research here. We are not a military facility.
Right. Right. But accidents happen, don't they?
Well, when young kids sneak in, unannounced, sure.
Right. But on top of that, right? Like, has there been any other surprises besides apparently a few unwanted guests?
That I am less qualified to answer, not being a scientist. My primary objective and my goal here is to keep what is in this building safe. What happens inside here, I don't really understand, nor do I care to.
Is there anyone that can tell us? I mean, you have a dinosaur in the other room. Things are obviously not going quite as normal as they should.
Mm-hmm.
This way. And he continues down the corridor.
So there's more walking.
I mean, you can thank us for the dinosaur too, because we kind of delivered that to you guys.
That you did, along with a car.
Yeah,
And a plane.
Oh, that's Lana's car. That's funny. Oh, we found out where it went.
yeah, yeah. She's happy about that, I'm sure.
She's not. I am.
You notice as you walk that Delilah Logan is silent beside you all. She is overwhelmed. And honestly, as the three of you talk and laugh about Lana's car, she looks a little perturbed at just how well you all appear to be taking this. And she just walks alongside you all.
Do we notice any of her body language?
I would say so. She's not a particularly guarded person, especially given the day. She is very emotionally naked in front of all of you, I would say.
I'll just hang back a little and be like, hey, this is a lot, huh? I mean, dinosaurs, mechs, the loop.
John told me a little of what happened back in March, but This is much larger than us.
Now you know why we've been so freaked out constantly and running in circles.
Have you had any adults looking out for you?
We had Mr. Jenkins, who just died, and the sparrows kind of helped a little. I don't think they really knew what was going on. There's some adults from the future, Nico and Arthur. But no, not really.
I didn't realize that the man you brought with you tonight was Mr. Jenkins.
Yeah. He was a weird old man, but he cared. Which is why I think your dad went after him.
I remember when John used to phone me. He was never really one for science, but I remember he spoke very fondly of. Anyway, I'm sure you'll get sick of me saying this, but I am sorry.
And you'll probably get sick of me saying, but you have nothing to apologize for. You're not your dad. Or your brother.
But I am an ant. Thank you, Drake. Truly.
Yeah. Here for you if you need me.
She just places a hand upon your shoulder and gives it a squeeze and just nods and continues walking. As eventually, the yellow line on the floor comes to a stop, and you are met with a set of sliding glass doors that just open, and Commander Decker steps in. Once again, Darla, this is a space that you have seen before. Large, wide open room with clean white workbenches covered in tools and large robotic appendages that rest above the surfaces. There are monitors and keyboards all around the side, and you can see laminated photos up upon light boards on the walls. And lining the left side of the room, you see a glass wall. Looking through to a room you cannot quite make out. It is tinted in nature. But as you walk in, Amelia, can you make a mind check for me, please?
Yep. Oh, I can try.
What?
Okay, I will at least pay, one to bump that up to one success at least?
You might want to save it, because that will not be enough.
Do you want
Oh,
more?
okay.
I have blesses. Because you can use another one and get 2. Real easy.
Yeah,
Oh.
You only need 4 to get 3 successes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll pay that. Okay, yeah.
I'll pay that. I love that it's
I'll pay that. Listen, blesses are blessed.
So as you step into the room, Amelia, the moment the doors open and you are met with this space, you feel a very strange sensation wash over you. It is the same sensation you felt back in October, the night of the time machine. It is the same sensation you have felt whenever you have had a vision. And whatever it is coming from the other side of that tinted glass wall. But as you all step in, you see that you are not alone in this room. For on the other side of the lab, white lab coat and very tall and very well put together, very stern, dark features, you see a familiar figure. Nico's mum, Meredith, is standing there. And she's currently staring at a number of charts and figures that hang upon the wall. Oh. Oh my god. And she starts walking over towards you all and looking at Commander Decker, kind of frowning a little bit, he just raises a hand and goes, I invited them. They asked nicely.
It's a new thing we're trying these days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What-
absolutely.
What are you doing here?
More importantly, what are you doing? And she's gonna point over by the glass.
And she looks at you for a moment before, once again, casting another eye in Commander Decker's location. He just sort of nods at her and... Well... Nico did tell me you were probably investigating again. And suddenly her face becomes very serious. And she nods for you to follow. And she heads over towards this large glass wall. And she gestures for you all to look in, as through the tinted glass, you see a precipitous drop into a giant spherical room constructed from octagonal plates. You see 3 concentric metal balconies stretching around the room and ladders stretching down between them, and metal grating on the floor below. But this large sphere, it is empty, completely empty. But unlike the clean white walls of the rest of the facility, every single surface is covered in rust. Hundreds, maybe even thousands of years of rust. And Meredith just nods inside. When the tears in reality started, and she looks at you, not even having to ask whether you know what she's talking about, and looks back. This was where the first one opened. It was huge, threatened to tear apart the facility, and it just kept on growing and growing. And all the ones that we found, and that you found outside of the loop, just smaller facsimiles of this one.
Did anything come out of this one?
No, nothing. Nothing except the black box initially. But
Oh, this is where it showed up.
this is where it all started. Where so much of our technology, and she gestures around the room, came from.
So this
But-
must be where they built the time machine in the future originally.
That is what our research has led us to believe. This
Hmm.
is where my son and Artie eventually build it. Although, because we are still here, and she moves back towards one of the workbenches and leans against it, that would dictate that you were successful in your attempts to prevent it. But when you closed these tears, when you sent the time machine back to its own time,
Mm-hmm.
the tear here also closed, as did all of the tears around Eden Falls. None remain.
Is that bad or is that good? It sounds good to me.
That is good. That is very good.
Why
But
does it
natu-
feel strange, though, here?
Well, when the tear closed initially, the room is exactly as we left it. Just white, clean, clear. But obviously, we couldn't be too careful. There had been a breach in reality in the center of our facility. We needed to investigate closer. So, we sent a team in. She looks through the tinted glass again. They were in there 5 minutes before they started to feel the effect. Their hazmat suits began to deteriorate. Their equipment stopped working, and the people inside, they aged rapidly. And she looks at Commander Decker, who just bows his head. We couldn't get them out in time. They crumpled in a
They
matter of minutes.
How was Magnus
died in
okay
there?
when he did that?
How do you mean?
I mean, I have a somewhere there's a hazmat suit from the past that guy. She's looking at Delilah, trying not to say his name. Went into, and he came back looking the same. No death, but I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you don't. No, I apologize. I'm not explaining myself clearly. And she steps up. There was, like I say, you closed the tears around Eden Falls. None exist anymore. There was nothing in that room. There is emptiness in there.
Well, not all
Yeah.
the tears. Right? Like the ability to go through time. Amelia's gonna glance back at Delilah.
Delilah stands up.
They could be preserved.
My father was able to create another one around a month ago. It is closed now, but
Well, don't credit him too
used-
much. Honestly, it was Nico from the future.
Mm-hmm.
Your son was way better.
well, regardless, it's gone now. It was a means to an end for my father. And Meredith looks at her and, look, like I say, no tears exist anymore, but that room? And she looks once more at this sphere of rust. Anything that goes inside withers, rusts, and dies. I can't explain it. There is nothing in there. It is as though time itself is unstable, not applying to any rules, but whatever those effects are, well, it's not getting out of that room. Or at least it doesn't appear to be, anyway, but we've decided to close it off. The tear is closed, but I don't know, something has remained, a scar, a wound, a tumor in reality. Honestly, it's outside my purview. I don't understand. None of us do.
You're sure it's not expanding?
I would ask, why do you ask that? But I assume she looks between all three of you. Given your past experiences,
Mm-hmm.
you probably know more than I do, so
Actually, these two probably know more than everybody. I don't know a lot. I just get fed it.
Well, thanks. We know a few things. We think what we've seen potentially is that starting from here and of all the other 2 loop locations, that these particular, well, I guess openings are going to grow. It's going to worsen, and we're looking at a very short timeline.
how
The
do you know
world's
this?
basically gonna end again.
I saw it.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a bit of a freezing sensation, and then it kind of feels like I'm just there, and I see it. Like that. Though it does get significantly worse, and we did see that when we looked through the tear of the doorway that we may have seen earlier.
So, what did you see? And you can see Commander Decker especially is leaning on one of the workbenches and just looking directly at you, Amelia.
Right. Well, the first time I saw this, it was New Year's Eve at the town hall. Gravity itself began reversing, and there was a giant black dome coming, well, growing of sorts from the loop. Massive in size, larger, horrifying, and an awful silence above. It's not going to be safe, and then of course it leads to much further destruction, apocalypse kind of feel, and well, you know that robotics we pointed out earlier, that's the first edition. It's going to get much, much larger in a horrifying way.
Meredith, is there anything in this facility capable of something like that?
What? Right here!
Can you make a lead check, Amelia?
Yeah, I can try.
You need 3 successes to convince them of. Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. How many did we need just to confirm?
You needed
Like
3.
6 more. Take your.
Okay. All right.
They both look at you, and you can see Commander Decker especially just kind of straighten up a little bit, and Meredith just nods. So you say we have till New Year?
Well, that's kind of the worst case scenario. At least all that I've seen. I don't know if something happens before then. Oddly enough, whenever I saw it, I didn't see a lot of other people there. So I don't know, maybe there's a shorter time frame, but I know at least by then things will be devastatingly bad and perhaps not reversible at that point. I'd love to make sure that we don't actually have to wait until New Year's. I don't know, this has been slightly terrifying, and it's kind of nice that everybody knows this and I don't have to keep it a secret anymore.
And this affects Eden Falls. Do you know how large this blast spreads out?
Oh no, this will take Eden Falls. This will take all of the cities that the loops are in. All, what, 3 of them? What were the other locations? As she turns back to her
Sweden
friend.
and
There's
Boulder, Nevada.
The one in Boulder, and yeah,
Both of them. They're all
it's on the
connected.
news. Yeah,
You've got to confirm, right? That's not something we would have known. We've only been to this loop, but we know that there are 2 more, and you know that's true.
Do you
Well,
all
and the
talk?
question is, we meet, we share information over secure channels, but I guess the question I have, and she looks back towards the rusted over room beyond the tinted glass. Boulder City and Sweden, they were not affected by any tears in reality. That was Eden Falls specific due to the close proximity to the original instant in the future when the time machine first tried to come back. So I don't... If you suspect this is what causes it, I don't know what causes the ones in the other facilities.
You mean they don't have any similar tears or phenomena?
No, none.
What have they said
Is
in
there any way
regards
that
to
the
y'all's?
loops are connected across space?
She looks at Commander Decker, and can you all make comprehend checks for me? You need 2 successes.
You got it.
Dang.
So smart. Big comp.
Okay.
Ooh, you can get
I'm
2
just-
more if you want.
I will.
So, Amelia,
I
as
used
you
6. I got 2.
We got 3 and
Okay,
2, and I get whatever they get in the end.
Yeah.
So,
I'll tell you.
Thanks for doing that.
Darla, your eyes are fixated on Meredith. So you do not see as her eyes dart up towards Commander Decker. But Amelia and Drake, you see Commander Decker just give a very short, almost imperceptible shake of the head. And Meredith goes, no, there's no way the loops are currently.
Listen here.
Connected.
We put all of our cards out on the table. I'm telling you what I know. I can't what do you want? Some extra secret? Do you think that the end of Eden Falls isn't worrisome enough that you've got to hide it from a bunch of teenagers? What are we going to do? It's not like we're going to wield this as some sort of weapon and blackmail you all. We're trying to actually save things here. So if you have a little bit of something that you'd like to offer, I'm a little tired of playing the guessing games. So I'd like a chair
looks
now. I'm
away.
very tired.
Because all of that is very wrong. She has used everything against these people. She just kind of looks away and is looking at her ankle and like, there's no way there's not pings happening. I've been out way too long.
You see Meredith look between you and Commander Decker. And Amelia, you're going to have to make one final lead check. You only require 2 successes given your previous 3.
Easy, you got this. That's like cake.
Ooh. How,
Oh, 2.
how much to get there?
2
Two?
pluses.
That's it?
You're so
Okay.
smart. Big brain.
Yes. Boom.
You see Meredith look between you and Commander Decker, and as she is about to speak, Commander Decker just... These are state secrets, Meredith. With all due respect, Commander. Miles. This is bigger than that. And she looks towards you, Amelia.
Miles.
Operation Stone's Throw.
Okay.
It is something we've been developing for a while. It is instantaneous teleportation between 2 places. Previously, we've been doing it between 2 people in a single room. We have been testing the limits of that.
Do you want to test it right
Onto
now?
its-
I could really get back to Artie's like 10 minutes ago.
No, you don't understand. Between
Dang
2
it.
previously built machines in separate locations.
At the 2 loops.
We have been testing it in a rudimentary sense, yes. Previously, objects, non-biological material, but we are advancing our research.
Okay. And have those been successful?
They have been, yes. We have yet to try trials. And suddenly, Drake, you are thrown back to when you were moving through the corridor and you saw the number of glass cages and the sounds from within. But we will be starting those soon, I believe.
You're going to do animal trials?
Mice, initially, making our way up.
Oh.
Do you have a timeline for this?
Well, it's Christmas soon, so
You've got like 2
after the...
weeks. Better safe than sorry.
And Commander Decker steps forward. Meredith. People much more powerful than us have a vested interest in these going ahead. We cannot change the plans of the government on the whims of a few children. These are exceptional children, Miles. They've
There
saved
won't
your
be a
ass once
government
before.
left.
I've been invited
you-
to Yale.
I got hit by a car earlier.
What a credential that is.
I took out some
And I'm
mercenaries,
still
but
here.
anyway,
Just got out of jail, had a gun to my head. All today.
there won't be a government left. If
Draker and
you
I are
guys go
listening
through with
things that
this.
we can do, and Darla's like, here are things that have happened to me.
I can withstand anything.
Well, in that case, if you are so wise, would you mind informing me how I should do my job? Young.
Yeah, tell them to shut it down. If the loops are connected and we know that all the loops explode at the same time, and you're working on something that connects all the loops, maybe only this one has to explode. At least you minimize the damage to just one location instead of worldwide, or at least 3 different locations.
Those connections. What if they're expanding the tears?
Who's they?
Well, those machines, right? For the teleportation that you're hopefully going to begin testing on. I don't know. This is way beyond my knowledge.
We're just here to give you guys info. You guys are the smart ones and the military ones.
I'm just here with my
It feels
ride.
like we're just missing information here. We're
She's kinda
telling
just-
you
Pull along.
something large, something awful, big black dome comes from all 3 of the loops. And so if that's the only connection that the 3 of you share, it has to be tied something to that.
Well, if that's the case, we've been carrying out those tests for months now. If what you say is true and those connections have been established, then if you are convinced that whatever you saw is going to come to pass, it might not matter if we delay it by a couple of mice or even human trials. It might already be in motion.
Amelia is going to turn back around to Delilah. Maybe your father's right. Maybe there's nothing we can do.
I can't believe that. All of this, everything that's happened to you, it can't be just to bring about more suffering. It can't be.
Maybe it's inevitable. All we get is a harbinger's note, and that's it. Just to know that it's about to come.
That's what
How do we
happened to Mr.
change
Jenkins.
something like this?
He
Yes.
still died.
We knew that something awful was going to happen. We knew that he was going to die, and we tried hard to protect him. We kept him separated, kept him hidden, and yet it didn't matter. We took smart, reasonable steps. Even if we do stop now, maybe it is just a delay. And heck, if it doesn't happen on the time frame that I think it's going to happen in, maybe it'll just be a little bit later. But then we won't care, because then we'll think suddenly, blissfully, that it's not going to happen. Great. There has to be a puzzle piece we're missing.
A hand just rests on your shoulder as Meredith comes up behind you and just squeezes. Commander Decker, I am putting a hold on all experiments in the loop until further notice. And we can confirm what it is these children have said, and until we know it is safe to proceed.
Wait, what about the Neurocasters? You can see what Amelia is
What about-
seeing.
Yeah. I can show it to you. The future that's happened. Or will happen. Both of them.
Meredith looks towards Commander Decker, the one man in this room you have yet to truly convince. And Darla, you have seen this before. There is a desire to do good, but he is a man hamstrung by orders as he looks between all of you. All right. Show me.
Really? Is that easy?
Do you guys have any Neurocasters?
No, we do not.
Delilah's car is out that
That's
way.
right.
Which, by the way, hey, Delilah, would it be kind of cool if I run back and grab the Neurocasters and bring them back to you, and then can my dad drive your car to drop me off, and then come pick y'all back up?
She looks at you and just nods, and Commander Decker, you'll need help getting out? I'll come with.
Okay. And she just turns to her friends. Talk to y'all whenever. If I'm not at Artie's, I'm in jail. Bye! And she runs. You gotta keep up!
D-
to Commander Decker.
As you run ahead and eventually reach the lift, and you can see that Commander Decker is taking his time behind you, just seemingly lost in thought. Eventually, he joins you at the lift and inserts his key card as you hear the lift beginning to descend once more.
I've never seen your frown look deeper.
It wasn't that easy.
To make it deeper. All you gotta do is like use the muscles.
I can arrest you still,
I know.
although
Go ahead.
no point doing it twice, I suppose.
You'll just definitely keep me behind bars.
The reason I am trusting you is because I trust your father.
My dad's out at the hospital. I don't know if you heard me. He's at the car. And he seems better.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, so you can say hey if you want. But we gotta get out of here. Really gotta get on the
But-
road.
All right. And the doors open, and stepping into the lift and heading on up, you eventually come to the entrance of the loop once more, and leaving, you see Commander Decker just point to two of his soldiers and beckon them over. And once you are back, once you have dropped off those Neurocasters, my men will escort you home. That way, if you run into any trouble with the cops, plausible
Yes.
deniability.
I love it here. That's awesome. You're great. I'm never gonna tell you that again, so take this compliment. Also, did you want to see my dad or no?
That would be lovely, yeah.
Okay, well, come on, show me that you're in the military and your legs move fast. And she's power walking into this like jog to sprint, and then realizing he's not going faster, she'll like slow down again, and like kind of run and try to pick it up again.
As you approach, you see the car silhouetted in darkness. The headlights are off, but you can just about, as your eyes adjust to the night, you can see the silhouette of your father inside. And as you begin to approach, suddenly the door opens and he steps on out, and he is about to say your name when he sees the figure next to you. Hey, Miles. It's good to see you.
Y'all have this talk. I'm gonna grab these neurocasters. She slips on by and grabs neurocasters. I'll be right back. She's gonna run back.
Your dad just gives you a quick squeeze on the shoulder as you run away.
It's all.
And
Thank you.
as Drake and Amelia, you wait for Darla to get back. You are left with Delilah, and you are left with Meredith as you just stand within this lab. And Meredith just looks at the two of you. Like I say, Nico said that you would be up to trouble again. I just didn't know it'd be quite so soon after Halloween.
Trouble isn't really fair. You could actually label us as help.
Yeah. I mean, we
We're
did
cooperating.
kind of save the world. Right?
Mm-hmm. We didn't withhold information.
No, and I'm sorry that my job precipitates that I do have to, but you have my full attention, and you have my transparency.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
How's Nico doing, by the way? He's decidedly out on this adventure.
He is enjoying Christmas and the run-up. He's missed us a lot.
That's good. He
And she,
deserves some peace.
and she looks over at Delilah, who seems somewhat lost as she stands in the corner. And Meredith, we have coffee, if you want. I'm good, thank you. As the doors open and Amelia, you see as Darla re-enters with 2 neurocasters.
Perfect.
Here, take them. Good luck. I'm getting out of here. I'm so tired. Bye. And she doesn't want to stick around. She's already gone.
See you later.
She didn't even hear you.
Do you want to? She'll hand the neurocaster to Drake.
Yeah, I got this. Just, keep an eye out in case fire and seizures,
Yeah. Right. Of course.
Okay, Meredith. If you're ready.
I'm ready. And she just places it over her head.
Gonna turn to Amelia real quick and also just whisper to her. Keep an eye on Delilah too, just in case.
Of course.
Here we go.
And Amelia, you watch as both Meredith and Drake just go slack. And their heads just slowly begin to tilt back in unison, looking up at the ceiling. And you and Delilah are left alone in silence.
How are you holding up?
I keep remembering it was only just tonight. Which, I'm sure I will process it in a more healthy way another time.
Right. For now, we just survive. And that's okay.
I hope you know he wasn't right, Amelia.
You mean about being able to change the future?
No, I mean what he said about you.
Oh. It's fine. I guess that's one of those things to deal with afterwards, you just, as you said, not now.
You're not a monster for wanting suffering to end.
I really don't like how all of this is impacting me. I really don't recognize myself. I've been erratic. I've lashed out. I used to believe in a lot more hope. And now I'm just tired and scared and angry, mostly angry now. All these secrecy and everyone has their own information and difficulty of actually getting things done, and at the same time I'm not able to do enough because I don't have enough information or I'm not strong enough. Like I can't even share the original visions. I was the first one with the visions. I have the original takes of it and I can't go through it anymore, and Drake has to do it every single time for me. I used to be able to do a lot more, I thought.
You think you could do more? Amelia.
And probably would help if I didn't have blisters on my feet right now. That's also adding to my slight irritation.
You know, I think a lot about the first conversation we ever had. Throwing newspapers down the street.
That was a bit of a scary situation, I won't lie. Yeah, I do remember that. You were very intimidating.
It's family's reputation, I think.
Yeah. Dala had made me think that all the Logans were very scary. And, well, not to be awful, but a bit evil too.
In hindsight, probably understandable.
Right. Just feels weird to kind of give the actual title of villain to people in real life. Like it's a thing that you see in books, not necessarily, you know, the old man down the street.
I would agree with that. I don't think anyone is a villain per se. I just think people lash out as a means of defense sometimes, and I'm not defending for a moment what my father has done to all of you, but in his own twisted way, I suppose he was just trying to keep a family together.
Right.
But
I'm
I
not
think
becoming awful, am I? I mean, I did
No.
just snap there.
No, you. When you were talking to my father, you were braver than I had ever been.
It was awful. It felt terrible to say those things. And what's worse, it felt terrible that I actually kind of liked saying those things. I don't like it. It feels complicated, and I'd rather just feel like I did the right thing, but I feel like the words were right, but it's not. I know it wasn't kind or good or better.
Maybe not. But I think in time, when the grief has passed, when I have time to reflect, I think I'm... And she sort of frowns a little bit as she says this. I think I'm going to be glad he's gone. And as she says this, Drake, you and Meredith's heads just come down once more, and you can see Meredith just beginning to take her neurocaster off. Oh my god. And she reaches forwards to you, Drake. Right? Are you okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, I've been there a bunch now, so it's okay.
All right.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm not. Have you seen this? And she looks at Delilah, and Delilah nods, but Amelia saw it first. We need to get everyone out of Eden Falls. And we need to do it now.
Right. Is
I will,
evacuating really the only option we have? There's so many people. Where will they go? How do we even explain to them what's going on? We tell them what?
That-
There's a massive gas leak or something?
That I don't know, but there are those who I answer to who will know, and I will do my utmost to convince them. I promise you of that. I swear it. And as we reach a supernatural event, Amelia,
Yeah.
in the back of your mind, since you have entered this room, this feeling, this strange, cold warmth across your body, the same you felt when waves of energy emanated from the time machine back on Halloween. It has been rippling through you. And standing in such close proximity to this tinted glass wall and whatever emptiness rests on the other side of it, it has been building and building, throbbing like a headache behind your eye, like a migraine.
Do I feel pulled towards it?
You don't. You feel a throbbing, a thrumming, pulsating through you, and suddenly you feel the emptiness of the room inside. You see it. Almost like a time lapse, you see the rust in the walls peeling, spreading. You see the doors of the observation chamber breaking open and exploding outwards. You see darkness emanating out. It consumes you. And then you see nothing. As Drake, you watch Amelia fall to the floor. Nothing has happened in the room, but Amelia falls to the floor. You have seen this before.
Rush to grab her as she's falling. Everyone, just give us some space. I think she's having another vision or whatever she's going through. Amelia, wake up. Amelia.
No, it's awful. There's something, a darkness and awfulness.
As you look at Drake's face, you see it aging and wrinkling and withering away, and then you see him dissolve into dust, and then you are awake once more, and he is above you, looking at you.
How?
Yeah.
Oh my god! No, are you
wrong?
still? And she's just gonna grab your face.
Your hands are wrinkled. Suddenly you blink, and they are not.
No. Ah. She's gonna
okay,
jump
okay, you're
up
back.
almost like in a panic and just pace very quickly, almost like running to the window and banging on. What is it?
You look
What
up and you
are
see
you?
that you are inside the blasted remains of the loop. You can see skies above you, red and black clouds. You can see dust and rust just falling down from the hole above you. You see bodies all around you. You blink. You are back in the room.
No!
Are you okay? Are you? What's going on? What are you seeing?
No, there were so many bodies. So many bodies. Oh my gosh. No. I'm not in there. I'm not in that room. Oh my gosh. Am I me? Am I still here?
I'm gonna go over and grab her and be like, "You're here. This is real. This is reality. You're here. It's okay."
It's like it's alive. It's trying to tell something. Oh, it's in my head. It hurts.
Meredith, do you have anything?
I don't. And she just leans down in front of you. Amelia, it's okay. We're here, okay? We have you. We have you. There's nothing is happening. You are safe in this room. You understand?
It's not that. It doesn't matter if it's in this room or wherever we are.
Okay, let's get you out. Come on, let's go. And she just puts her hands upon your shoulder and almost motherly begins to guide you out of the room.
And Amelia, being essentially carried out of this room, she's lighthearted. Her eyes can't focus. Her head feels like it's constantly moving, terrified to look around, afraid of what she's going to see. I don't know what that was.
And as you step out of the room, and Drake and Amelia, you are followed by Delilah and Meredith. And the doors close behind you as you make your way down the corridor back towards the lift to go up to the surface level, to leave the loop. Back in the room, beyond the tinted glass, within the rusted room that lies beyond, there's a shift in the air. And the tinted glass, almost imperceptibly in its corner, refracts the light in a strange and unusual way. A small line, as the minutest of cracks begins to form. Darla, as you step on out of the loop and you see two guards waiting for you outside, next to a green army van, you can see your father and Commander Decker stood outside the car and, well, it's good to see you, and know that there's always a job for you if you need. Thank you very much. Miles.
Okay,
And
I'm back. Oh, I hope you two look way better than you did like 10 minutes ago.
You good to go? You good to go, kiddo?
Yeah, I was good to go like an hour ago. I'm feeling very lightheaded. I don't feel very good.
All right, come on, let's get in the car. And he just opens it up for you, and he looks at Commander Decker, and you see the commander just hold out a hand, and your dad just shakes his head and brings him in for a hug, and thank you for keeping an eye on her. Means a lot. She makes it hard not to. Have a safe journey home.
She didn't hear it or anything. She got into the seat and I feel like put her head down. Girl's got a headache. She does not feel good. This has been a hell of a 48 hours. Her friends are wrong for this, dragging her around.
So with that, you get into Delilah's car, and as the door closes, your dad just pauses and... You reckon Delilah will want this back?
I don't care.
Okay, kid, come on.
She's filthy rich. She can buy another one.
He starts the car up, and he begins to drive away from the loop, and you can see behind you the green army van turn on its lights and begin to follow you. A small convoy in miniature. And he looks down at you, your head in your hands, and just... Yep, I know that feeling.
Why are their lights so bright? Are you okay?
Oh, this is... Yeah, I was just thinking this is the first time I'd driven in a while.
I didn't even think about that.
Neither did I.
Honestly, this is a way smoother trip than what Amelia did earlier. And Drake. I don't think my friends can drive, Dad.
Well, I might need your help before the evening's out.
driving? That I've
Well,
never
you
driven.
know,
I
Really?
also might have a concussion.
Okay, let's get you back. I've missed this.
What part of this? Because there's a lot of this right now.
I don't know. It's amazing the clarity a little fire can bring.
Yeah, I guess. Have you been by the house? Did you go today?
Nope. No.
Yeah, I haven't gone either.
Do you want to?
You know what? I'm honestly already in trouble. Why not?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
It's okay. I'll
So-
just pull on the heartstrings. Oh no, it's pinging at her old house. Let's go punish her.
So you're on first name terms with the sheriff.
I'm not gonna lie, Dad, it's pretty disrespectful. It's not friendly.
Well, you've clearly left quite an impression.
Well, we've made really great friends over the last 7 years, so... And by friends, I mean I have driven her up the wall.
Well, I'm very glad that my absence hasn't, Sorry, I shouldn't joke about that.
Huh? You're okay. If anything, that's how I get through stuff. Humor.
Well... You know, you used to crack us up when you were a little baby. You had this, You had this little frown like an old man.
I don't think that's changed much. I'm not gonna lie.
No. 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 Hmm.
It's all about the eyes.
He just reaches out a hand and leans it next to you.
It's good to have you back, Dad.
It's good to be back. And you continue driving. As Amelia and Drake, you are brought out of the loop facility. Meredith and Delilah behind you, and you can see Commander Decker coming back towards the building and stops seeing the sight of all of you and looking at you, Drake. What happened?
She had another vision, I think, and it was a bad one.
All right. Well, I'm not a complete monster. I know where you live, so, go on. Get.
Thanks. And Meredith has seen the visions before this, so she can share it with you, and I don't have to go through it again.
Miles.
And Amelia definitely shouldn't go through it again.
These kids are right. Miles, whatever's coming in is bad, and we need to get people out now. I can show you. I'll have to go through the proper channels, and we'll have to communicate with the other loop facilities, get our translators in, but, And he looks directly at you, Amelia, and then at you, Drake. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Thanks.
In the meantime, stay where I can find you. If we need to follow up, or if you have any more information that comes to light, It'll be good to know where you are.
We'll be in
Alright.
town.
If I have any other visions, I'll let you all know.
Would you mind if I contacted your families and maybe put some security outside of your homes?
That would be fine.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess.
Okay, good. Because it wasn't really a question.
Oh,
Yeah, I figured.
Okay.
I have to explain to my dad.
Well, Miss Logan, your car has been stolen. So it's fine. So one of my soldiers will drive you home.
Rude.
And the same is true for the two of you. My soldiers will drop you off where you need it.
Thanks.
just home, I guess.
Yeah. Just back to town. Delilah,
Alright.
if you need anything, you know where to find us.
Wait, you can't actually call anyone, can you?
No, I can't, but if you need anything, you can just come and find me, and she looks at Commander Decker and at Meredith, kind of unsure whether she should say it, and then a tiredness just washes over her. And if you want to give your friend a proper goodbye, let me know.
Thank you. Are you going to be safe going back to your home? If you need, you can stay over at our house. My parents probably won't mind.
Make a lead check for me.
Sure.
You just need 2 successes.
I just want
I
her to
also
be
have
safe
a-
too.
I have another place you can go to that's open.
Open, to say the least.
I meant Lana. I could just send her to Lana's house.
Oh, okay.
Or you
Like
can go
a
to my
recently
cabin
renovated
and rebuild
home.
it.
Send her
She
to
looks at
Artie's.
you-
Slumber party.
She looks at you, Amelia, and just nodding. That's very kind of you, but you've done enough. Anyway, I'll bid you good night. Besides, it looks as though you have a friend waiting for you. And as you look towards the gate, you can see just beyond this, Linda, just there, tail still, as she just looks in.
Linda.
And she just bounds forward, and you see her duck underneath the barrier and into the military compound. And a lot of the soldiers are looking towards the commander, who just kind of gives a bit of a shrug. This is a very unconventional situation as it is. As this German shepherd just runs towards you, Drake, and just gives a single lick of your hand. And well, on your way, and if we don't see you beforehand, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Ah,
And
Hopefully.
as this doubt lingers in the air, and Drake and Amelia, as you are led away to these army vans that are waiting on the other side of the entrance, as you step into this and you are driven back one at a time, casting your eyes back through the windows, you see Commander Decker and Meredith just looking on after you. And as you drive, the two of you in the back of this same car, driving first to Drake's and then to Amelia's, you see that the soldier up front just occasionally glances back in the rearview mirror at the two of you, but otherwise remains silent as Linda sits between the two of you, her tail just occasionally thwacking the both of you as it wags.
Do you want to take Linda tonight? I
Yeah.
don't know how my parents would react if I just suddenly brought home a dog.
No, yeah, it's fine. I don't think my dad will care.
Okay, perfect.
My sister likes animals, so I'm sure it's fine. But are you okay? That
No?
seemed like a really bad vision.
She kind of just snaps in at a little moment, a little sharp and kind of rude. No, I'm sorry. No, it just... My head still hurts. It helps that we're further away, but... I guess I thought when it felt like we were making progress, maybe I would physically feel better. Maybe the visions would stop, or I'd get a better vision to say that we've corrected it or changed it.
What
But
was
if
this one?
anything... It was worse. Like some
Worse.
cold darkness, something as if darkness were alive, reaching out from beyond this, in that cold, awful room, and taking all of time. You were aging. You died in front of me. I saw my own flesh begin to wrinkle in front of me. I was in that space and I was surrounded by dead, just decayed bodies. It feels like I'm fighting something, but I don't know what it is. Like I'm literally fighting in the dark. And I'm not even that good of a fighter to begin with. You barely taught me how to punch.
We got like a week and a half. Can teach you some more.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if you can punch darkness.
I think that's the hard part. If I can't punch it, if we can't hit it, how do we stop it? Are we just running away from the darkness, hoping that it's not going to catch up to us? Evacuation is good. It's a safety net and it buys us, what, maybe a little more time, but... I'm sorry. I'm kind of spiraling. It's not helping.
No, it's understandable.
How do you stay calm in all of this?
I'm not calm, trust me.
You seem so calm. Look at you. You're like just petting Linda like there's not a care in the world, and you managed to help carry me essentially out of there, and I was losing my mind like a maniac.
Seeing you like that freaked me out. But I don't want to freak you out while you're freaking out, so I just
At least you
bottle
kept
it
it
up.
together. Oh.
Yeah, barely. But,
How are you
know,
feeling then?
scared. I don't know what we can do. I don't know. I was hoping going to the loop would give us some answers, but it just added more questions, I guess.
Yeah.
I was hoping they were working on something stupid and we could be like, hey, stop. But they're not. And it's existential threat of time destroying everything, because who knows, maybe it's because of Nico and Artie messing with time, maybe it's because Magnus kept messing with time, maybe it has nothing to do with either one of them, and the loop doesn't really have anything to do, it's just a focal point, and I don't know, there's a lot, and all I know I can do is focus on what's right in front of us, and that's trying to stay calm in the moment, make it to tomorrow.
How do you
Figure out what we
stay
do then.
calm? Is it like a breathing technique? Do you just think of Linda? What do you do? I honestly feel like I'm just swept away. Every time a vision comes, I'm paralyzed.
It's got to be worse for you. They don't come to me, so.
Still don't even
And I
know
mean-
why me. You were there just as much as I was last time.
Don't know. You're special.
More like cursed.
Cursed, special. It's all kind of the same.
As you
Like in all
talk of cursing. Suddenly, you're both jaunted to one side as the car swerves, and you see a very familiar figure trying to cross the street as Janice, the lunch lady, just goes, "Fucking cops!" as the van just swerves, and you just hear the soldier just like, "Jesus Christ, lady," as it just continues driving, and Linda just
adore her.
as you continue driving.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, Linda. It's fine.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, there's actually a few actual monsters on the road right now, apparently. Those we can deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought since we were out of school at this point, we wouldn't have to see her anymore. At least for the rest of the holiday.
She's a nice old lady.
Who are
Nice.
you?
Did you hear her screaming?
Yeah, okay.
Seriously, you must see the best in everyone. You have
I mean-
befriended anyone and everyone at this point.
She gives me extra food, so she's kind of nice.
Do you have any enemies? Someone you don't like?
I didn't like John. And obviously I didn't like Magnus. And
Oh,
he's dead
well.
now, so I guess that's one enemy left. But John's kind of been nice lately, so I don't know. The darkness.
Yeah.
My own past. Myself. Yeah.
Well, maybe you're going to be the light, the beacon in all of this. If you can see the good in Janice and Lana and whoever else at this moment, maybe you'll be able to actually see in this darkness, because I sure as hell can't.
No, that's stupid.
What? No, say it out loud.
And I was just maybe if we're all more hopeful, the visions will be hopeful, but that's just stupid.
Are you telling me that all I have to do is think happy thoughts while I'm in there and it'll be all fine?
You like books, and that's a common theme in fantasy books.
Just think happy thoughts. You know what? Just to prove you wrong, I will try that. Next time that I see something awful, I'll try to picture really hard of something lovely. Like what? What do
mean-
you think of? What should I even give me the guidance, oh guru, Mr. Light of the World? Calm through it all. What should I envision?
You're still alive, right? You had a dinosaur try to kill you. You're alive. You were there at the end of the world with time fissures trying to destroy the town. You're still alive.
What's the happy part though if it's just about
You're
all to end?
Still alive. There's been multiple times where you could have died, but you're still alive. So hopefully, this time when you're about to die, you'll still be alive too. Hope springs eternal. I think that's a quote from a book or somebody. Something. I've heard it before, I'm sure.
As
I
you
don't
say
know.
this, you just hear the soldier turn around and, all right, here we are, and pulling
Okay.
up next to your home, Drake. You see Linda just look at this strange property and then back at you and,
Yeah, let's go, Linda. I'll get out on my side of the car and then walk over to Amelia's side.
Take care of her. Call me if anything happens. Anything.
I will. You too. Just try to get some sleep. I definitely need some sleep. It's still only 1 hour of sleep from last night.
That's true. And you did the mail for me this last time too, so.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Right. Well, good night. Thank you again.
That guy never gave back my sword. I hate Miles. Okay.
Or
well,
your 3 guns.
or my 3 guns.
as head in hands, you just come to this realization. The van drives off. You see Amelia disappearing off into the distance. As the moon continues to rise, and the sound of the car eventually disappears into the distance, and all is silent. And for the first time for all 3 of you, Morning comes. Light streams through your respective windows. The winter sun pouring over Eden Falls. And it is the first day of the holidays. There is around a week to go until Christmas. And over this next week, while we will doubtless get into what you see and what you hear through various channels, is there anything that anyone is doing over the next week? Anyone they want to talk to? Anywhere they want to visit? Anything they want to do? And bearing in mind, always lingering in the back of your mind, there may well be a limited time to do all the things you wish to do in Eden Falls. So, we will start with Miss Under House Arrest herself, Darla. As you
Who,
wake
me?
and you just start to feel a bit of a cramp in your foot as you look down and you can see the anklet still around you, its large, bulky black exterior just sort of beeping off a red light every so often.
You would think with this much advanced technology they could make this thing smaller. She said. This is the following morning?
This is the following morning, but we are also stretching things out into the week. So whatever you wish to do.
I mean,
with
this
your week.
next day is very important. Mainly because after taking her time to get ready for the day, she would have showered immediately as she got home, finally freshened herself up, cleaned up any of the cuts and the bruises, and she's in so much pain. Her body aches. It's almost like she got hit by a van. So it's there's a lot going on. But at the same time, she's got one very important thing on her mind. I was supposed to see Artie this morning. And so after getting ready, she would head downstairs and just kind of see who is about this morning.
You can see, with it being a Saturday, that everyone is sat around the breakfast table. And the first thing you hear as you begin to descend the stairs is something that is very alien to you. Your father's laughter echoes from downstairs as you just hear Artie's dad just, no, I'm serious. And then he turns around at me and he goes, what do you mean I can't park here? And your dad is creasing over on the table, and you see him spit out a bit of milk all over the table as you can see him barely holding Cheerios in. And it's like, and he just backed into me. And your dad's just like, no, stop. And you can see Artie's mum just like shaking her head a little bit, seeing these two friends reconnecting for the first time in almost 7 years, and she looks up at you and, hey, Darla, hi. We're kind of doing a little bit of everything. We've got some eggs over there. Feel free to help yourself. We've got cereal. We're doing everything today. We've got French toast as well. What do you want?
Wait, why?
Well, and your dad looks up and, I mean, I haven't eaten properly in a really long time, so making up for last time.
Well, then I better see most of this gone.
I am. Okay. I will.
Yeah, I have no authority in this house. I am probably the most in trouble here. Speaking of, and she's pointing to Artie's parents, told your son I would see him this morning, and I cannot do that. Have y'all told him anything?
We haven't.
Please don't.
No,
okay. I don't want to worry him.
Okay.
Make
Well,
up some
he should-
excuse.
Okay, we will do. Well, I mean, I was planning on going to see him later on today anyway, and yeah, I can not mention anything. I'll say you're doing some mystery scavenging or clue hunting or whatever it is you and your friends are doing.
Not gonna lie, he's probably not gonna believe you, because I wouldn't tell you that.
Okay.
Just
And
say
you're probably
Darla's
too quick for me.
out. Being
Okay,
Darla.
I will.
No, wait, because then he'll be like, why didn't she come to the hospital and say hey to me like she promised? I'm a person of my word to him.
How about, and I don't want to besmirch your impeccably maintained reputation as a ne'er-do-well and a troublemaker, but how about I say I caught you sneaking out with your friends last night?
Are you
Or this
grounding
morning.
me? No.
Oh, no, God.
But yes, that's brilliant. He'll believe that. He respects you.
Well, damn right he does.
Yeah, because you raised really good. So, because she's thinking about her dad right there and how she has been not very respectful of him.
Your
yes,
dad just-
go with that.
Okay. Well, will do. As the boss said, aye, ma'am.
Thank you. She takes a seat at this table, just kind of picking at various foods. But mind is scattered all over the place. She didn't hear or see or knows of the events that occurred after she had left. But at the same time, there's much more going through her mind. Like the realization that Jenkins is gone. And trying to believe that Magnus is dead, because she didn't see that. And Delilah being out was still very wild to her. She's like, that's... But, yeah. That's really all she would just do throughout the day. Kind of lounge about, bored, maybe flick through the TV channels and see the Ups and Geely commercial pop up and immediately turn it off.
Just, and if you require any help...
I cannot. Dad, why did you hire him?
Truthfully, because he was cheap, mainly.
Ups and cheaply? Sorry, that was bad.
And he just ruffles your hair a little bit.
Ow. It probably pulls on
yeah,
a stitch
shit, sorry.
or...
No. Oh, shit. No, you're okay. Yeah,
It's
You're
fine.
okay. There we go.
Evidently, they dissolve. Or do they fall out? What happens after you get stitches? I see Artie get them all the time, but never get them out.
Your mum, or rather, Artie's
My
mum
mom's
just
dead.
looks across. I'm sorry. Artie's mum looks across from the kitchen and just like, what do you mean my son gets a lot of stitches?
Snitches get stitches. I will not say anything further.
Okay, cool.
I
Remember,
plead the
you're
fifth.
already under
I've
arrest.
learned
I've
that.
got you dead to
Yeah.
rights, young
I'm
lady.
pleading the fifth.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna have to force extra French toast on you, I'm afraid, okay?
Can it be next Saturday when Artie's home? I'm really not hungry.
Okay. You got it.
Thanks.
Christmas Day it is.
Is that next Saturday?
As you sit there, Amelia,
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing with your week?
It goes between just two extremes. At home, delivering newspapers, just trying to almost overcommit to a life of normalcy. Avoid any thoughts about it. And then in other moments, she'll find her riding her bike straight to right in front of the town hall. trying to repicture that vision. Trying to almost create familiarity with what she saw. Thinking if she continues to see it again and again, at least once a day, maybe it won't seem so scary the next time. It's severe compartmentalism. Back and forth. Really just avoiding. And if the security around their house, if anyone asks questions, she shuts it down. Short answers. Just feeling an alert, she's become very reserved.
As you stand there looking up at the town hall, you can see the large Christmas tree in front of it and the banners counting down to the day itself. You just hear a shout from behind you as your name carries over the crowd of people that gather around town square. You can see there are market stalls out, and you can see businesses are in full swing. It is bustling, but even through this, as you turn around, you see red hair, large glasses, as Danny walks forward and just kind of, hey, hey, how are you?
Hi. What are you doing about? Trying to be polite, but clearly not working.
Oh, sorry, I just, if you're in the middle of something, I can, I was just on my way to the library and...
No, no, I'm sorry. It's been a hot minute. I'll join you. How's that?
Only if you want to.
I know. I'm seeming like an absolute jerk right now, right? I snap at you and then I'm
No,
just
God,
invading you
no.
on your journey. I'm just kind of all over the place. I'm sorry. You can actually say no. You can tell me that I'm a jerk. I'm really off right now. I'm sorry. I mean, every time I look at that countdown, I hate it.
What, you don't like Christmas and New Year celebrations? Or what?
Yeah, it just, brings up sour memories for me and things like that. It's not, never mind. It's a weird thing. I just don't want to get into it.
Okay. You,
Anyway, what are you reading these days?
well, I'm kind of on a Dickens kick at the moment. But I've just
Fair.
finished reading Little Dorrit, which is sublime, really amazing. I don't know. He has a really contemporary way of writing that I is very surprising. And sorry, I'm not used to gushing about things and people actually being interested. So, but yeah, no. So I've just finished that. I finished Bleak House just before that, and I'm thinking of maybe making a start on Oliver Twist. But
Oh.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you've gone through a lot, really.
Well, it's why I like winter. I like cozying up in the lounge and just curling up with a good book, and it's nice. It's home.
It is, isn't it? I really used to love doing that. I don't know why I haven't done it at all this fall. And now we're in winter and I haven't even considered picking up a book except for that in class. I haven't even seen you in the library for a while. I'm so sorry. Where have I even been in all... No. I'm sorry. I'll need to write down your reading list. Honestly, it all sounded very amazing. Good reviews all around, right? None that you would say skip over?
I don't know. Bits and pieces of David Copperfield I thought were fine, but I don't know. It's kind of like a series of vignettes, and I mostly liked it, but not my favorite. But
You've really left me behind in all this reading. I have so much to catch up on.
Amelia, are you okay? It's totally okay if you don't want to tell me. That's fine. I just I don't know. You seem kind of distracted back in October, and you seem kind of down now. Or not like, you know, that reading is indicative of that, but yeah, just
Uh, you're actually quite keen on that. I'm impressed.
I'm good
Thank
at
you
reading. So are you.
Ah,
Ah,
get it? Reading, right? It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot of weight on the shoulders, and honestly, I don't really want to add any to yours. If anything, I just wish I could steal what you've got going on. Cozying up to a cold book, getting lost in the pages, having another stack of books next to you, waiting that you're excited for. If there's parts you don't like, you can just flip through those pages a little bit faster, or you can always close the book and come back to it when you want, or just put it down entirely. I just wish I just need to get back into that.
well, even if you're not in the space for it now, I'm
Mhm.
not married to the idea of Oliver Twist. So if you wanted to come help me pick out a new book from the library,
Actually, yeah, that would be nice. Something different. I don't know, maybe they've got a new batch just before the holidays. Something new in circulation.
because I saw your friend was reading Dorian Gray, I think,
Ah,
which is great.
Yeah, Drake. Yes, he's actually quite a reader. And also, he's an artist. It's
Oh.
really impressive. Mm-hmm. You
I
should
always-
actually see some of his work. It's really good.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I always kind of thought he was like a kind of strong, silent, sports type guy. Yeah.
Well, he's also that, and he's also really smart. As it turns out, anything you can think of that's good, that's what he is. It's kind of frustrating that he can just do all of that.
Well, then he's kind of like you, I guess.
No, the only thing that helps me is that I just recently got a new pair of shoes, but that definitely doesn't put me anywhere near his level. He did try to teach me to punch once. I should probably try to learn a little bit more.
She just reaches out a hand and, well, I can't teach you to punch, but book before Christmas?
Yes, desperately. And Amelia will actually reach for her hand to grab it to walk towards the library.
As you're moving amongst its rows upon rows of metal shelving, what book do you pick out for Danny?
Oh. Amelia takes her time, kind of going up and down the shelves, pulling out different spines, flipping through, judging. No. Not that one. Putting another one back. Almost kind of getting lost. In fact, it just kind of speaks to how strange the library is for her. She actually doesn't quite find a book. Just getting lost once again and trying to find her place, not quite seeing any pages feel like home for her.
As you stand lost in this, I'm sorry to have to ask, but can you make a mind check for me?
It's fair. It's fair. I would like to turn that at least one success.
At least one success.
I'll pay.
Because you're cursed.
What? Did I get cursed? No!
As you look at the book in front of you, suddenly its covers are charred and you see wind just rushing through these rows upon rows of books, and you see all of the people standing there, just still standing in place. It's like a strange in-between. As they move between, you can see someone restacking shelves as their skin just flies away like dust, and they stand there continuously, still skeletally putting books up on shelves. You can see two students just leaning over a table and just comparing notes, and these two you see just fly away like ashes as they continue, their imprints just hanging on the air. And you blink again, and these two students flirt over a book and laugh with one another as color returns to the room.
I'm alive. You're alive. Everyone's alive. Ah. I need to go, Danny. I'm sorry. I hope you find a great book. Good luck. I'm sorry. I just remembered something really important. Tell me whatever you find later.
Oh, okay. If I don't see you, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And you leave Danny standing there, alone in amidst the books. This place that was once a temple to you, but now seems entirely alien.
But now we're closer to solving this. Nothing has changed. Nothing.
As these words whisper out into the air, Drake, what are you doing with your week?
So, the week would begin with getting used to having a dog, buying all the things, explaining to my dad that I have a dog now, and I hope he accepts it.
It is surprisingly casual as he just steps out and just sees a dog just pouring at his door, and he just... Drake?
Yeah, sorry, Linda. So yeah, I have a dog now. It was one of my old teachers. He died yesterday,
Oh,
and he asked me to
God.
take care of his dog. So yeah, we have a dog.
Oh, well, okay. You're paying for food. And he heads on into the kitchen, and you just
Sure.
hear the door next to yours creaking open as... Do I hear a dog?
Hey, this is Linda.
Oh my God, she's so beautiful! And she just kneels down and starts scratching her head and just like, oh, you're doing okay? Hello. Hello, Linda. How are you doing, Linda? Oh my God, where'd you get her?
She was Mr. Jenkins' dog. You remember Mr. Jenkins?
I remember Mr. Jenkins. Kind of scary old guy, but yeah.
Yeah, he helped us out with that stuff I was telling you about back in Halloween. And he died yesterday, so now we have his dog.
She looks towards your dad and then back at you, like, because of is it because of the Halloween stuff, or?
More or less, it was the Logans, Magnus. He shot him. I've seen a lot of dead bodies in the last 2 days.
Jesus, Drake, are you okay?
I don't think so. But I don't know. I just trying to hold it together.
She
Yeah,
just
and
pulls
then-
you in for a big, big hug.
The dog has the same name as Mom, so you know that's another thing.
She just kisses you on the cheek and pulls back. Well, I'm really glad she has a home.
Me too. She's a good dog. Yeah, we should get her some food. I don't think she's eaten in like 2 days.
Hey, I love you.
I love you too.
She just pulls you in for another hug, and there is a knock on the door.
I don't know who that is, but I'll stay here. I'll check.
Oh, okay.
Looking through the people to see who's outside.
Reflected in a fisheye lens, you see Janice, the lunch lady, stood there.
Okay. Open the door. Hi.
Hello, how are you, sweetie?
I'm doing great. What are you doing here?
Oh, no, you just left this textbook in my car the other night. I thought you probably want it, because you probably want to study over the holiday period.
You know me. You know I love to study. So
Oh, yes, I do. And she reaches forward, just squeezes your cheek, and just, like, shakes your head a little bit.
Well, thank you. And thanks for the ride the other day. It was very helpful.
Oh, no problem, sweetie. Always happy to help my favorites.
You have a great holiday, and make sure your son stays happy. I don't know, whatever you guys are doing again.
Oh, no, we will do. We will do. It'll be lovely. Who knows? We might even see each other again. Okay, bye.
Maybe.
As Amelia. And indeed, actually, I'll open this up to everyone. Beyond this first day, is there anything that anyone is doing either with one another or anywhere that anyone is going in the lead up to Christmas?
I'm going to throw out the idea that we might meet perhaps over either at the cabin or the lake as a small little private memorial. Amelia will first reach out to Drake and then seeing if it's a good idea, just to test it out before mentioning the idea to Darla and Artie. There's a way to say goodbye in our own way.
It's good with me, but I don't know if Darla can come outside, and I think Artie's still in the hospital.
Oh, right. Maybe we just...
But yeah, Delilah did say to come by and pay respects to Miss Jenkins.
Maybe we go see Darla and maybe she'll want us to do something for him.
Maybe.
Meet you over there in a few?
Okay. I'll head over.
Amelia is going to purposely try to be there 5 minutes late so that way Drake will have to share the idea.
As you finish with your call, Amelia,
That's so
you can
rotten.
you can see that at the kitchen table, as you hang up and turn around, you can see that June is currently has a mess of paper out on the kitchen table, all sort of various colors, and you can see white, orange, red, green, and she is currently making a whole bunch of large fold-out snowflakes, presumably to add to the already cornucopious display of Christmas decorations you have around the house.
Wow, you're really getting into the festive spirit, aren't you?
Well, it's the first time I've been able to really make stuff in a really long time, and I don't know, is it too much?
No, not at all. In fact, I think we need more. we need an entire snowfall. There's no actual snow outside, so I think you need to make it feel like it's snowing inside. Every time Dad walks through, he needs to be shuffling his feet through all the snowflakes. If you need me to go buy more coffee filters, I'll do that because then they'll be nice and extra thin.
That might be nice. Also, I don't like the smell of coffee, so we can use it, and then Mummy will have less to use for her coffee. We don't have to smell it so much.
Just remember, now you are old enough that you can take the blame for that. I'm not going to be the one who has to own up about the coffee filters missing.
Okay, promise. And she just holds out a finger for you to pinky swear.
Deal. I'm holding you to this.
And from the other room, you just hear, darling, darling, and your mother just starts to come down the stairs. Yes, sweetie, what is it? And your father just comes out with an envelope, and he is looking at a letter in disbelief, and our payments, they've gone through, or rather they've been paid for, and wait, what? And your mother goes towards your dad, and they're both poring over this letter, and yes, just yeah, all been clear. Sorry, I'm still in shock. I'm not really sure how to account for it. And they just stand there looking at this letter.
As Amelia gets ready to head out, almost with like a half smirk, she'll look at June. I know you're a bit older now, but you should still believe that Santa Claus is real.
She
Head on out.
She looks up at you and waves, and you see that there is a small paper cut on her middle finger, and she just, oh, ow. Okay.
Careful. No. Clean it. I don't care if that's just a paper cut. Clean it. Tears like that
Okay.
can get infected easily.
Okay, I'm fine. She goes over to the sink, and can you make a comprehend check for me, please?
Yeah.
You need 3 successes.
This suddenly became much more suspicious to me. I don't know why. How much will it take to get to a 3?
5.
I will pay that. I'm very curious. This seems really high for this. I'm gonna commit.
You watch as the water flows down on her finger, and you see her just, oof. And as you see this small little bubble of blood just wash away under the tap, you see that as it clears, there's no wound there. And she just looks at it and, see, it's not that serious.
What?
What is it?
Yeah. You just are all good then, right? You keep making those and let me know if you get any more paper cuts, okay?
Yeah, I keep telling you I'm feeling better now. You don't need to look after me so much. I'm
Yeah.
okay.
Feeling better. Keep that rebound going, kiddo.
Okay.
Sorry. Absolutely baffled. This has now been bumped to the top of the list of things to discuss when she meets up with the group.
Darla, you hear a knock on your door.
Someone's at the
Or
front
rather-
door.
And your dad just goes, okay, criminal, okay. And heading over,
Whoa.
just,
That's Mrs. Criminal.
oh, hey, it was Drake, right? You want to come in?
Yeah, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, and he turns to Artie's mum, who just nods and, yeah, no, please, come in, more the merrier.
Oh, it's a lovely home.
Thank you. We haven't quite got around to decorating it all, but yeah, Darla's just in her cell over there.
Okay, I'll use my visitation rights and go visit her, I guess.
Okay,
Your
well,
jokes are bad. She's just sitting
just
on the
don't
couch.
discuss anything without a lawyer present, okay? We'll call Upson.
Oh,
We'll see. We'll do.
yay.
Yeah.
Hey, what
Hey.
are you doing here? You're supposed to be enjoying your
Um,
holidays.
Yeah. Amelia wanted to see if you wanted to go, I don't know, pay respects to Mr. Jenkins.
I would love to, but I can't.
Yeah, that's what I told her. But is there anything you want us to do? Anything you want us to say to him, give to him? Want me to draw a picture of where he's at? I don't know. That's kind of
X
stupid.
marks the spot. What is this, a
Yeah,
treasure
you know,
map?
treasure map. Perfect.
No, I'll pour some soup over him at some point.
We'll get to that in a moment. I'll let this scene come to its conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was an
no,
old man. He must have
yeah.
liked soup. So
Yeah, gummy teeth and all.
yeah.
I'd rather do it myself sometime. But don't wait for me.
Okay. I had a feeling. How's imprisonment?
Fun. She's kind of looking around, and you can hear the background noise of just people clinking around or chatter. She's like, it's great being the only kid. Yay.
This is a lot of people who love you. So can't be all bad.
Have you visited Artie?
Oh wait, I forgot it was you. You don't like people loving you?
Have you visited Artie at all?
Not yet. Probably gonna go there after this.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not ready to come out of the hospital yet, right?
No. It won't be till the
Yeah,
end of the week,
didn't think
so.
so.
Oh well.
Well, gonna offer him the same thing. I guess you two can go to visit Mr. Jenkins together at some point.
Don't mention that. He doesn't know yet.
Oh,
I don't want to tell him
Okay.
anything while he's in the hospital.
copy that. Then I guess we'll just bring him some food or something.
That's not bad. He's allergic to shellfish.
Okay, no shellfish.
Thank you.
What about peanuts?
Oh god, I don't know actually. I don't eat peanuts myself. Hey,
Okay, I'll bring him a piece of toast.
Mrs. King,
Yeah?
is Artie allergic to peanuts?
No, he's good. He's good for peanuts, love.
Okay, he's good
Okay.
for peanuts.
I guess PB&J sandwich. That's what I'll bring him.
Oh, I give him those all the time. That makes sense. He even had Amelia's PB&J, back in October? She made so many
Oh, yeah.
sandwiches.
As you say
She
her
does.
name, there is a knock on the door, and once again, your dad goes to the door and... Oh, hey, Amelia, please, feel free to come in. I guess it's Darla's lucky day.
Right. Lucky day, like surprise, we're all here sort of thing?
Yeah, no, Drake just arrived.
Perfect! Just arrived. Did he already have a chance to talk? If so, I can tie my shoes first before coming in.
No, it seems like they're deep into it, so,
Oh,
You
perfect.
hear us
All right. No,
talking
that's-
about your peanut butter jelly sandwiches.
And
Yeah.
as the door closes behind you, Amelia, on the other side of town, on the Logan estate, Mr. Jenkins has been placed very respectfully into one of the barns. Delilah looks at him and just ponders all of the hurt that her father has caused, all of the pain and the suffering. She has a meeting with Mayor Hirsch later. See if she can pull a few strings and see if she can grease the wheels of bureaucracy and hopefully aid whatever it is Commander Decker will be recommending. And as she stands outside and closes the barn door behind her, waiting to hear from all of you, she looks up towards the room in which used to be her father's. She took the body up there. Better than leaving it out in the open. As she looks up at the window, for a moment, almost trick of the light, she swears she sees a silhouette for a moment, and then it is gone. And she walks back inside. As all of you, back in Artie's house.
It is so weird having such a normal day.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had one of these.
It's also weird having guests. One, this isn't my house. Two, I never have guests in the house.
True. The only time I've been to your house was when I was outside making sure you were still alive.
Listen, while I know this is all strange and we're here and figuring things out, hi everyone. I have another announcement to make. Not another vision, per se. Well, kind of another vision. I had a small one at the library the other day. It wasn't great. But I saw a really weird thing today.
Okay.
You all remember my sister June, right?
No, who's that?
Drake. She like
Sorry.
whacks
Okay,
you.
go ahead.
So, earlier today, she was doing a little craft project, and she got a paper cut. Here, the one where you bleed kind of almost immediately. She holds it up from across the room. I can see that there's a cut there. Obvious, like it's not a tiny thing. She goes to
hate
wash
those.
it. Yes, it's painful. It should have hurt.
Did it not hurt her? Maybe she's just tough.
No, it was gone.
Maybe she
What do you
heals
mean, gone?
fast.
No one heals that fast. What do you think she is? Like, that's not normal.
Honestly, I don't get close enough to
Something-
people to know other people's healing wounds.
Okay.
So-
Have you ever had a paper cut that healed in literally like 3 seconds?
No, I know I heal slow. And she's like lifting up her hair. You see this? It's getting darker. Ugh.
It's noticeable.
Stop it.
So there was like nothing on her hand?
Like, it was absolutely gone. She held it up and it was like she never had a cut to begin with.
Maybe you missaw.
No, I definitely didn't. I know it. I saw blood. That stands out against her hand. It was red. It was liquid. And then she washed her hands and the cut, not there. She even confirmed, like, oh, she doesn't see it. Like, as if it didn't happen.
What are you saying?
Did you ask her if this happens a lot?
No, this has never happened. I'm thinking this is another weird thing. Like, as we get closer to the date and things continue to get weirder, time is progressing perhaps differently, or especially those who are most closely impacted by it, who actually touched artifacts, or maybe
I mean, I did.
those who went through.
I haven't noticed anything.
You're
weird.
not
Yeah,
healing fast.
But you weren't messed up like June and Magnus were.
No,
It's
I
true.
just buried them.
Wait a minute. If June heals,
Yes.
what about Magnus?
But he was dead, right? It's different from like a living thing to heal. You can't have I saw him die in front of us. I said terrible words to him as he sat in his chair and he died in his own house.
You're not trying to say he's alive still.
I don't know, maybe.
How can you be confused
Maybe a
about that?
little alive.
I
Like,
mean,
it's
a
had
paper
what
cut is a
more?
lot
No,
different than
that's not
having a
even
piece of wood
possible.
stuck in you.
He had all the sickness that was way worse than what June did. His
He's
exposure
old.
to it was significant. Plus, he went actually through the portal. I don't know, maybe there's some extra, like, time dust or
But June
something in
didn't.
mites or that. I don't know. No, June didn't, but
pixie
she
dust?
had, like, long exposure. Like pixie dust, yes. But that sounds too sweet and natural. I don't know, I'm just a little worried. Like, I'm very
Demon
thrilled
dust.
that I don't have to be as worried about June right now, considering she has at least light healing powers. I wasn't going to, like, maim her to see how well or effective this was. I didn't want her to freak out, and so I tried to really subtly acknowledge it without saying, we should test this again.
You're
But
just
I'm
trying to make
also
me
really
eat my
concerned.
words, saying we're not superheroes.
Well, I don't know. Well, June might be a superhero.
I mean, her
cursed,
family.
as, Drake has pointed out, cursed.
I
Special,
never
same
said
thing.
cursed.
You definitely said the word curse. You said
I
curse
said you
and
were-
special are like the same things, two sides of the same coin, right? Oh, basically, no.
Yeah, but that was because you said you were cursed, and I was saying you were special. It doesn't matter. It's semantics.
Okay, hang on a second.
Okay, no.
She's
be
going
laughing
to look around. Come up to Artie's room with me. Y'all are getting very loud. And she
Sorry.
will lead up the staircase. Also, I'll say she's wearing like probably a pair of his mom's like pajama pants and just like an extra t-shirt. It's lounge wear. Girls gotta go nowhere. So, all right, come up here so we can talk about this. And she
Okay.
pulls you into the room. She shuts it. Don't make a mess, because Artie will know. Have you talked to Delilah?
No, I haven't recently. And what if
We're supposed to
Magnus is back? She's by herself there. That's
Stop assuming
awful. She
that.
could be in
You're gonna
danger.
psych yourself
Okay.
out. Man's
right.
dead.
What are the odds that a man could come back from the dead? Right. What are the odds that the apocalypse could be happening
I
here, starting in Eden Falls?
Would give
What
me
are the
chance
odds
to kill
that a
him.
dinosaur would appear at a lake? I don't know. Oh, I
Okay,
shouldn't
you're
have said
fair.
that part so loud.
It's fine. They're probably not even
I'm-
listening.
Not
Well,
handling this well.
So y'all love crime, right? Like you love it.
Are
It's
we
your
using
favorite
the
thing.
same
You wouldn't be
definition
my
of love?
friend.
Right.
Okay, this is
What do
my
you want
way
me
of
to do?
saying you love me.
Yeah, we love crime.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to cut this bracelet off me and let's get out of here?
We can use the dimmer.
Not in this house, we cannot. I would not do that.
We can use it for like one tick. Just
What, and
Just
blow out
on your
Artie's
ankle?
lights? How can we make sure that it's only on my ankle?
I don't know. Put tinfoil around it. Make a Faraday cage.
You do know
What
as
if
soon
we
as
go
this
to
thing
the
turns off, they're
backyard?
gonna know.
What if we leave through the backyard? The backyard will be
What?
far enough away from the house. We can go to the far back corner, just do a slight little notch, let it turn off, and then we slip
Wrap
out.
it around something else, and then it looks like it was never off.
Yes. Put it on Linda and just tell Linda to walk around the house. You brought
Where's
Linda,
Linda?
right?
I didn't hear her.
I left her at home with my sister. She,
Good, let her
she
rest.
really liked her. Yeah, she's been through a lot.
Okay, I'll meet you in the backyard in like 5 minutes. And she's gonna shove y'all out of Artie's room. She puts on the pair of her original clothes that she was still wearing that have been washed and cleaned. Also, the leather jacket that her dad's, that she always wore. It was left in Artie's hospital room for the longest time, and eventually I would say that one of his parents brought it back, and it's definitely stained with blood on the inside, but they were able to clean as much off the leather as possible. So she would meet you all in the backyard. I'm just going outside for a little bit.
Before we do this,
Before you commit a crime.
Justice, you are an evil genius. Amazing. As you step outside, and Amelia, you are dressed once more, and
Amelia,
you step out.
you were naked
I
in
was
Artie's
definitely
house.
Sorry,
already
sorry.
dressed.
What?
Darla.
Like, what was I
She was
doing?
really freaked out about the
She's just
healing, so she
drinking.
just rushed out.
Watch, look what I
Completely
can
in her
do.
underwear.
Just left.
I apologize. Darla. As you see a very, very clothed and wrapped up Amelia and Drake stood outside, you make your way out
Wow, they're
with...
really clothed and wrapped up.
Really? Yeah, it's cold. It's the coldest one on record.
Winter.
As you
Yeah.
step on out into the backyard, anklet around your leg.
Okay. And she's got her bag too, because obviously that would have all of her stuff. All right. I don't think they could see us back here. We need a plan. One, because as soon as this thing turns off, cops aren't stupid. They're gonna know. So we can be pretty quick. And also, and she looks pointedly at the both of you, if they show up, just leave, just run. I do not need y'all to get in trouble. I'm used to it. It's fine. Mitch loves me. Not really, but she does, secretly. So, deal?
Yes.
Cool. And then that way, if Magnus is alive, I can actually kill him. I didn't say that out loud.
Right. Yeah, someone has to,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
And she's checking her pockets. Yes. And she's pulling out of her pocket her switchblade that has been missing in this pocket for so long. All right, I'm good. Cool.
Okay.
And she's gonna open up her bag and pull out this little dimmer. You said just one notch.
Yeah, but we gotta figure out what we're gonna stick it on.
Huh?
I mean, once you take it off, you have to put it on something, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
No, once it
Sealed.
detaches from the sensor, which is my ankle, that's it.
I actually have no idea how these work.
I
me either.
do. So does Sam. Not because I've had them. I've had friends. I'm well versed.
So I am going to say, whichever of you wants to use the dimmer switch, make a program. Actually, no, make a tinker check. And I am going to say, if you get one success, either way you can get the bracelet off. If you get one success, the cops will immediately be alerted, and they will be on the lookout for you, Darla, which might make the coming week very difficult. If you get 2 successes, the cops will not immediately notice, but there may well be complications later on in the week. If you get 3 successes, this will go unnoticed. And Darla, you will be able to move freely throughout the week. You will still need to be careful, but with 3 successes, you will be able to create enough of a blip that you'll be able to get the anklet off, and it will scramble the electronics just enough that you can just leave it at Artie's house whenever you need.
Perfect. I'm going to say I'm going to roll it because, one, that's hilarious if I can get this. And 2, I haven't really rolled this session, so I want to utilize things that I've been getting. What should I do? Tinker or program? Neither of them are anything, but what sounds cooler?
All right.
You could still get it.
Probably Tinker.
All
Other
right.
than You.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, shoot. I haven't been around Artie. Oh, well.
No, I will say, like, with considering the amount of time that has passed, like,
Yeah?
you are any conditions gone. So re-roll that with no conditions.
Even injured?
I'd say even injured. Yeah, you've been patched up.
Oh my god, that's a nice DM. Oh, I'm still doing excellent over here.
Oh my.
Wait, I only have 1 dice. Why did I roll?
No! Did you just
got one
set yourself
success.
up for failure?
I did. I didn't realize it.
Did you have a chance to get 3 at all to begin with?
I thought I did.
No.
Did you?
Tell you what.
No.
Because
Actually, hang on. Hey, DM or GM, can I reallocate a couple of my points of my tech?
no, that you can't
Dang
do.
it.
But I will say, I'm going to let one other person help you because you physically can't make the challenge that
Yeah.
I set you, and that seems unfair. So, but that's not on me. That's on you. But okay. So what I will do?
I will say we
considering
have to use
that-
my curses though,
Yes,
because I
will
think that
agree
makes
with
it fair since I did try to roll first.
So I will say, Drake or Amelia, one of you is responsible for slipping this device off Amelia's ankle.
Amelia!
while
Oh my gosh, you went to
Oh
prison?
my god!
You criminal! First you're
really sorry.
shrieking in Artie's
Taking a
house,
very
and
big
now
turn.
you're... Wow! Wow, this penultimate is so many twists.
I want to be just like Darla.
I know, many people
So,
do.
My hero, my hero.
whoever wants to help Darla get the ankle bracelet off can do so. You may make any kind of check that you would like, and the successes of that will be added to whatever it is that Darla rolls, which at the moment is a 0. So,
So it have to be Tinker tech
Or-
thing again?
Tinker or
because it's
program?
just slipping the bracelet off, I will let you
Cool.
make a move check if you would rather.
Move works for me, if you're good with that.
I'm good with it.
Okay, let's go.
Woo!
1, and then I'll use 3. Or, so it's done to 1 success. I'll use 2 blesses to get 3 successes.
Okay. So, as
Mm-mm, you have to
What's up?
reroll.
Oh, can you use blesses on reroll or no?
No.
Good luck.
so this is on you, audience.
Well done!
Well, we got 2 at least.
All right, all right.
2 successes.
So
Okay, so
That's a 0, basically. Because, you know, you also have 2 curses, by the way.
But I was using your curses.
Yes, which is also 2 curses. I have to use them.
so
So,
in which
Well-
case,
Oh yeah, I can't use anything.
so that's a 0. So,
You get-
Amelia, it's up to you.
no. As I will say,
Dang, that
having
sucks.
slipped the bracelet off, and with Darla, you having just fumbled the dimmer switch ever so slightly, it turns off, and you just hear a as the blinking light on the anklet just.
That was
drops
a
out.
pretty good job, everybody. I think we're good.
Okay.
She's gonna leave it right next to a tree that is within that 20 feet. I don't know.
Just on the horizon, you start to hear in the distance sirens.
What if we
I think
just
we
say
should
it was
go.
an accident? Right. No, we agreed. I'm sorry. No, you're right.
Well, I mean, all of us.
Oh yeah, I'm running too. You kidding me? I'm at least gonna get a little bit of a chase.
Yeah, let's go.
She does. She's so excited. Yes. Gallivanting through the streets of Eden Falls once again.
You run. All 3 of you run through the streets, running and running and running to, I'm presuming, the Logan estate.
Yep.
Okay. You arrive. It is a cold winter day, and the sun is slowly setting in the sky. And as you approach, you see a figure just kicking a ball against a wall, as you see John Logan, dressed down and not in the suit and tie that you've become accustomed to seeing him in recently, but you see him just in sweats as he just kicks a soccer ball against a nearby wall.
Where is he at?
He's just outside on the grounds, just kicking a ball against one of the stone walls that surrounds the estate.
Can he miss it and I try to kick it?
Just run up and swipe it.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll say make a move check for me.
Okay. Oh no, I'm. You know what? I'm gonna waste a bless just so I can get rid of a curse. 0.
Okay, so as he kicks it, you attempt to move in to grab it, and he just steps on the soccer ball. And
My ankle
I
still
thought
feels
you
heavy.
were Yeah, I was about to say, I thought you were arrested for murder. What are you doing here?
Nobody knows that.
Are you kidding? It was all over the news.
I don't watch TV.
Oh, okay. Well, and he looks over your shoulder. You bring some accomplices with you, or?
There are not accomplices. Everything that I didn't do was just me. They are just here to see your aunt. Hey, how are you, by the way?
I'm okay.
That's good.
I never really liked my granddad, but did Matson at least get what was coming to him?
Right between the eyes. Honestly, that was kind of a lucky shot. There was a lot of adrenaline.
I heard Artie got
Yeah,
hurt. That's your friend's name, right?
you know Artie's name. Yes, he did. But he's okay. He's healing. He's in the hospital. And he will be out hopefully by the end of the week. So, but he's alive and well. Thanks for asking.
Good.
Anyway, she's just turning toward you two.
Yeah, we were just going up to the house, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's just me and my aunt, and so yeah, feel free.
Nice to see you. You did a good job kicking the ball.
Thanks. And nice to see you all. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. You go. Have fun. I guess. I don't know. And he just goes back to kicking the ball again.
Do you want to hang out with us?
Yeah.
And he looks at
Drake make
Drake.
this work.
And John just, no, I'm, you've got your own thing going on. It's okay.
It's because
You
I'm a
don't need to.
criminal, huh?
It's fine if you want to. You can come with us. It's your aunt, so you know.
And you look
Oh, she's
really
so alone.
lonely, John.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want, I can make some drinks, some hot cocoa, or I don't know. How long do you have before cops show up? I
That
guess.
is so cute. We did it successfully.
Okay,
Yeah, Coco sounds
Well-
great.
come on in. And he heads on into this large, expansive manor. And as you head on up, Amelia and Drake, you see that any trace of blood that was trailing up the stairs has gone. And similarly, as you head on through the dining room and then the large ballroom where you last saw Magnus, similarly, there is nothing on the floor. All blood has been cleansed of his presence. And John just, if you want, it's a really old place, but we've got bells in every room. I can activate it from the kitchen because it's, well, you know, they used to have servants back in the day, so it's kind of, yeah, no, I know, but, I can let her know you're here.
Don't let her know that I'm here just yet. I don't
I don't know
want
if the bells
to.
can distinguish who's here. Do 2 bells so that she knows Amelia and Drake are here, I guess, instead of 3, so she doesn't think all of us.
Okay.
We'll stress
so
her out
what
when
do you?
she sees me.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't you have anything better to do in the lead up to the holiday? Then swing by and see us, I guess.
House arrest, House burnt down. Best friend is in the hospital. Nope, I got nothing.
Fair enough. And he goes over and just rings a couple of bells and then just stands there and awkwardly folds his arms. Cocoa. I said I was going to make cocoa. I'll do that now.
Do you need help?
Thanks.
I'm not good at it, but Amelia is.
What? I mean, yeah, I've made it before. Typically, they come with instructions on the packets.
We, do you want to know
Don't
how to
even
make...
say it, just...
I can teach you how to make fancy hot chocolate if you want. We melt the chocolate in with... You want to try, at least?
Of course
Wow.
you do.
I'm sure it's really nice, Drake.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll show you, Amelia. And he looks at you, Drake, and okay, cool. And as he moves over and he sort of reaches up and grabs some chocolate from a nearby shelf, you hear footsteps down the hall as Delilah just steps in and, hi, what, how?
Oh,
And
you're
then she
okay.
immediately clocks you, Darla, and okay.
Hi, I'm free.
You're also arrested. What are you doing here?
I'm not arrested, I'm awakened.
Amelia, hi, and Drake.
That was
hi.
funny. You all could laugh.
Yes. Listen, it was actually pretty funny. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you're okay. In a bit of warmth, Amelia's kind of walking across the room, almost ready to give her a hug, if she seems receptive to it.
She does open up her arms a little bit and just goes to kind of take your shoulder and kind of give a like friendly squeeze, but yeah.
Listen, there have been some wild things happening, and we just wanted to come check on you, make sure you're okay. Everything's going well over here. We haven't heard from you in a while, and things are progressing, and we got worried.
I mean, we're fine. No electricity, obviously, but I have a meeting with Mayor Hirsch. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna brief her on the situation. Commander Decker is also in conversation with his superiors over in Washington, and they're in communication with the other loops. So hopefully we'll have word soon.
Hopefully any progress, because everything that I'm seeing, they still come to me. It's not resolved. We're still absolutely on track for the original story.
I know, and I know it's not fun waiting, but I promise you things are happening behind the scenes. I promise you, but it's not an easy task to tell everyone to get up and leave. There are,
Right.
but as soon as I know, you will know, okay? I promise.
There's also one more thing. It's small. You don't even really have to worry about it, but
Kind of worried about it.
do you
I'm
know where
interested.
Magnus's body is?
Yeah, I called in. I called it into the hospital yesterday, and I said that he'd fallen and hurt himself, and they came and collected the body today. They're going to be doing a coroner's report on it, but the news will probably be going out tomorrow that industrialist Magnus Logan is deceased, and no doubt everyone will pretend to mourn for at least a little bit and promptly forget, with good reason.
It's good. There's something Amelia needs to tell you.
Why, really?
Why?
Thanks a lot. Just put it on my
I
plate.
wasn't there for it. I wasn't.
Okay, so small thing, you know, June, and of course, Magnus had some similarities with the health situation, and I'm curious if that is still the case. So instead of being sick this time, I just called her Amelia. June, everyone's just
Seem
Amelia.
so
this
easy.
episode. All Amelias. Everyone's
Being
Amelia.
Amelia Oliver.
Yes. June cut herself, you see, today. And when I asked her to clean it, literally seconds later, it was gone. It was healed. Unnaturally, unhumanly fast. It's unnerving, uncomfortable, and I don't think it's normal at all.
Amelia, if you're saying what I think you're saying,
Yeah, I know I sound crazy. Just want to confirm, though.
he was cold.
Then,
When the ambulance, when they came, when they looked over his body, and when he was taken away, he was cold and he wasn't breathing. I
right.
promise you, Amelia.
See, I told you.
But maybe because but maybe because he's been through the time thing. Maybe part of that took some of him. That kept him. I know I'm sounding insane, but I just it's one ending I have to make sure is real at this point. Listen, we know time is changing drastically. I have seen in my vision so many people die. So many.
Tell you what, I am due to confirm the coroner's report tomorrow.
Okay.
If you really want to know, I will tell you what the findings are.
Yes. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry, and I know it's personal details. I'm concerned for your safety, for our safety, for the town as we try to solve all of this. I don't know what kind of position would he be in. Does he understand where we're coming from? If he did come back, it's fine. It's probably nothing. And again, imagination going wild. But at this point, I've seen a lot of insane things, and I don't know what could possibly be true. And I don't want to rule anything out.
Yeah, and if June's was just a paper cut that healed, I mean, Magnus was pretty messed up, so it could take a while for him to heal too.
Yes.
Plus he's older. I don't know.
She just nods and
Mostly
I'll
worried
check.
about you. So
I'm fine. But, I do have... I have someone for you. I was as gentle as I could be, and she just gestures towards the barn outside. He's there if you want.
Mr. Jenkins?
yeah. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
It's up to you what you want to do, but he's there if you want to say goodbye.
Is he cleaned up?
As best as I could, yeah.
I'm gonna wait till Artie's out with me.
Okay.
Mr. Jenkins always made me wait for him. He can wait for me.
Well, in the meantime, if you'd like to stay, and she looks over at John, who is still stirring chocolate into a saucepan. we are alone here, so if you want to, I can give you a tour of a really old building.
You all can stay. I might actually go check on June. I don't know, it's really bothering me. The healing thing seems nice, but I don't know how it could escalate. I'll be at home, but call me if anything happens. Or, get a hold of me somehow.
Didn't you want to say Mr. Jenkins?
I'll have to do it later. I can't put myself in the right mind for it. It's not fair to him if all in these goodbyes I'm really just thinking I need to leave, that I need to go check on June. Maybe she's still not safe. Maybe something still is happening. Maybe something worse is going on.
Do you want us to go with you?
It's okay. No, it'll be fine.
I don't believe a word you're saying.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
should
go.
You
have your
just told
chance.
us that it doesn't feel fine. So the last thing I'm gonna believe is it'll be fine. Or sorry.
No.
It'll be fine.
That is not what
Right,
I
I'll-
sound like.
I think it was actually identical.
You just feel a hand on your shoulder, Amelia, and in your own time, he'll be here, okay?
Thank you.
Call us if you need us.
I will. I promise I can handle this. It's just going home. I'll use my bicycle. Plus, if there's any cops that are out, they're always after, Darla. And since I won't be with her, no one's going to stop me.
Hey,
You're the perfect
You're correct.
distraction.
go! Get out of here. Be safe.
All right.
Keep an eye out for zombie Magnus.
Honestly, that terrifies me.
I don't like that
don't
either.
think he'll like me. Right.
Yeah, neither do I.
Anyway, be safe. Let me know if anything happens.
Okay.
Amelia
Darla's
will.
gonna give her a hug before she leaves. You be safe first, okay?
Yeah. And she's gonna hold on to that hug. Maybe for a second. Darla might need to pull away on her
Darla
own,
would probably
but
start to and just feel that you're still going, and so she's just kind of loosely around you now.
yeah, you can hold on to me.
We'll
Yeah.
talk to each other later.
Yeah. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you. All right.
So, as Amelia leaves, and as Drake and Darla, you are given your grand tour around the manor. We will continue on with the week, but for now, we'll say goodbye to Becca. Becca, where can people find you?
Don't worry, you can find me on socials. Connect with me. I'm so excited about the next episode. I'll see you all then.
As I will say, for expediency's sake, Darla, unless you are trying to...
Are you rushing the costume?
Just
Yeah,
because
bring
it
'em
will
on.
end in exactly the same way.
What do you mean?
I will say eventually, knowing what your track record has been and where you have been found in the past, or at least accused of going, it is not long before eventually the police decide to try the Logan estate, and you are summarily thrown into the back of a car and immediately taken back to Artie's house. There is definitely talk of taking you to an actual cell, but Upson Sheely
I
gets in
hate him.
contact, and after shouting down at them over the phone in an incredibly pleasant, gregarious manner, more out of fear of being annoyed anymore, they agree to the terms and they refit you with a much stronger and much more effective ankle monitor.
Oh, if you gave me a new one in the first place, the other one had fallen off.
Sheriff Mitchell just looks at you and, ha ha, young lady.
I'm not making a joke. I'm being very serious right now.
As with only a few days left till Christmas, you hear news reports over the TV as Eden Falls News reports that Magnus Logan passed away in his sleep a few days ago. The impact he left upon the town of Eden Falls was indelible, and he will not be soon forgotten. And you see occasionally this news circulating around the TV and on the radios. And Darla and Drake, are you doing anything with the rest of your week at all?
Nope, same old, same old. Your turn.
Yay! So I'm finally gonna teach my classes because I've been ignoring these kids for the last like week and a half.
It's Christmas break.
Yeah, and then after doing that, probably finally have movie night with my dad and sister. You know, just enjoying family time while also trying to push him on still going to New York, even if the Logans aren't going to front the bill anymore. Though I have a feeling Delilah might still utilize him as a private pilot.
Well, I actually reached out to potential employers the other day, and they're willing to put me on a trial period.
Okay.
So if you didn't want me to accept the job, we can still at least make the most of a potential journey to the East Coast if you'd want.
I think the job's actually pretty good with if Delilah, Miss Logan, is your main boss, and she kind of confirmed that she was one of the ones that sent the offer to you. She's good people, so working for her is not a bad idea.
Well, if the promise of what they're going to pay is anything, then we might even be able to afford somewhere a little bigger, especially if it looks like I'm going to be housing 2 reprobates under my roof.
Yeah, I'm sure a little more space would be good for Linda.
Well, at least she doesn't drink as much beer as you do.
Yeah.
Speaking of, would you mind just running out back and grabbing something out the cooler? They should be just outside.
Yeah, no problem. Be right back.
Cool. Can you make a comprehend check as you step outside?
Sure. Use 1 bless to get a
Okay.
success.
Ooh, that's a nice curse that you just paid. Real cute.
I'll use 4 blesses to get another success.
That's another curse. You had 2, baby.
I used them in the last one. Or was I using your 2 curses?
Use mine. Those are yours.
All right, then I have 0.
There's rerolls.
Success. I guess I could reroll.
We have rerolls
Alright.
without conditions, which we should probably use. So, not another 0.
Yeah.
As you
Thank you,
step
chat.
on out, you head on out, you grab a couple of beers from the cooler outside, and you come back in. And your dad is sort of like standing there expectantly as you come back in, and you got anything to say? Or
Here you go.
you didn't see it?
See what?
Well, it was meant to be a surprise for Christmas, but oh, what the hell? Here you go, kid. And he throws something up in the air, something that jangles, as catching it in your hand, you see a pair of keys.
Jingle bells. Oh, keys. That's what I said.
Wait, what's this?
Well, your sister told me that you were saving up for one, so I figured with what I might be paid.
No. No.
I mean, you missed it when you went out just now. You want to go out and double check? Just right out there. Yeah, no, go.
Drake just puts down the other beer he's holding and then just runs outside, like barely controlling his body. It's been a long time since he's had a gift in general, and then this is a big gift. So
You see, stood outside, and frankly, you're amazed that you missed it. Just propped up, nice. There is. I mean, would you like to describe what your chosen Corcel Delta bike looks like?
yeah, it is. So it's like a magnitude, almost hover motorcycle kind of thing. It's nice, like deep crimson red. It's pretty sleek. In the front, it has like a longer spoke, I guess, that leads to the front where the wheel would be, but it's more of like a hover thing. And then kind of curves in the seat, so it's like really comfortable. So you can ride it sitting up straight, or you can get in like a sports bike sort of way where you lean forward and it can go a little faster. And on the side, when you start going a little faster, the side panels kind of fold open into like little wings. Not like big wings, but they're like a little bit more aerodynamic. And then in the back, there's another seat, so a passenger can ride on the back, and then swoops down into this nice little red tail light that's kind of like Knight Rider, where it's like a beam that goes around, just pulsating as it goes. Yeah.
Your dad just stands in the front door and leans against the frame and... So, you like it?
Do I like it? I can't believe it. Oh, Lily's gonna be so jealous.
And he comes over and just like slaps you on the back and pulls you in for a sideways hug. And look, this isn't some, you know, buying you a thing will be a form of apology, but this also isn't not that.
You don't have anything to apologize for. It's, you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah, but what I have to do now, that we've been given an opportunity, is I need to see you take this thing for a spin, I think.
Don't have to tell me twice. Just hops on, tries to inspect all the newness of it. Turns it on and whoa. Okay.
Weird, right?
Yeah, it's different than like traditional, but it's not bad.
Well, let her rip, son.
Okay. Oh, maybe a little easier. Okay, just starts going like maybe 2 miles an hour. Okay. Okay.
And as you softly begin to make very tentative donuts around the area, and as the sound of not the bike is almost entirely silent as it moves around, hovering just off the ground, but as the laughter of this father and son echo about. Darla, back at home, you just hear Artie's mum on the phone and, all right. Okay, thank you, doctor. Okay, bye.
Doctor.
Well, good news. Yeah, he, Artie will be free to join us tomorrow.
That's great. Did they say that he's all healed up? Is he feeling so much better?
He's good.
Good.
I'll, the soup's boiling, and she just goes over and starts taking it off the hob, and...
Do you need a
Yeah,
bowl?
no, She just looks at you and, no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Just, a little hot and just a little spicy is all. But, we'll go grab him tomorrow. All right?
Okay, sounds good to me. And she tries to hide her excitement, but she like gets a little giddy.
In Eden Falls Hospital,
Yeah.
Artie lies in bed. And he looks out the window. He looks out at Eden Falls. There are carol singers outside. He smiles. The doctor's told him the good news. He'll be coming home tomorrow. He just smiles to himself, thinking about seeing Amelia, about seeing Drake, about seeing Darla, and how he'll get to spend the next week with them. The door opens, and he looks up and just reaches to one side and grabs his tray, and yeah, I'm all done. The tray falls to the floor as a figure stands in the doorway, wearing a hospital gown, and stepping in. The future will make monsters of us all. As Magnus Logan closes the door behind him.
Some bitter soup.
That is where we are also going to end this week's chapter, as the fate of Eden Falls and Arthur King hangs in the balance one final time.